Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome to a brand new episode of Game Nights. Today we are playing Two-Headed Giant Ixalan, and as you may have noticed, we are in a brand new location.
Yes, big thank you to Wizards of the Coast. Because of their sponsorship and support, we have been able to build a brand new studio set. It's amazing. You're going to see all of it in just a minute here, but we have to thank our other sponsors, cardkingdom.com/commandzone. If you use that affiliate link when you buy your Magic cards, when you pre-order your Ixalan product, you're really helping to support Game Nights and make sure that the lights stay on and the content keeps flowing.
And the other way to support the show is directly through Patreon at patreon.com/commandzone. And Josh and I have to give a huge collective thank you to all of our patrons who have been with us since the beginning of Game Nights and have watched the evolution of the show as it goes on. It is because of your direct support that we have been able to have the sustenance to keep the lights on and keep the show going and to, of course, continually evolve it. And hey, look at where we got to. This is pretty awesome, right?
Yeah, I hope every patron out there is very proud of how far we've come. And this is just the beginning. We are ready to skyrocket this show into the future. We hope that you're going to be with us for the entire journey.
Yeah, and of course, one last thing. At the end of this episode, we are giving away, as always, tons of free product from Ultra Pro, Card Kingdom, Magic the Gathering. And in order to win that product, as well as, oh wait, what was that? That's a brand new t-shirt. And it says Game Nights on the back. That's right, we have official merchandise for the show as well now, and we're going to be giving away those shirts as well. Stick around to the end of the video to find out how to win. And of course, you can also buy these shirts. So find out all those details at the end of the episode.
All right, now it's time to play Ixalan.
Woohoo! Let's go. Hey everyone, today we have a super special episode. We are bringing two of our most requested guests ever.
Hey everybody, I'm Megan from Magic the Amateuring. I also do text coverage for Wizards of the Coast.
Hey, I'm Maria from Magic the Amateuring. I do Pro Tour coverage. I like to play aggro decks and smash face.
You know, we're going to be doing something this time that's a first for our show. We're going to be playing Two-Headed Giant.
Two-Headed Giant is a really, really fun format. You and a teammate open 12 booster packs and assemble two 40-card decks.
You're getting to play side by side with your friend, and you're both going to be playing your lands and your spells on the same turn.
You're two heads on one body, meaning that you attack as a team, you block as a team, and you share a life total of 30.
This is a really cool format because you're sort of strategizing together. You're comparing what's in each other's hands to formulate your plan and sequence your plays. It allows for a lot of levels of tactics and strategy.
Today I'm super excited because we're playing Ixalan. It is my first time getting my hands on these cards.
It's a brand new set. These cards are still super new.
It's a pirate/dinosaur themed set, and I'm really excited to see what we open.
Ooh, here we go.
Let's do this.
When we build Two-Headed Giant, we like to start by looking for the most powerful rares that are going to be in that pool. And we're going to want to try and make sure that we're building two decks that are going to be inclusive of those incredibly powerful cards. Oh my goodness.
Wow! Thankfully, Megan and I opened up some pretty sweet bombs in our pool.
Yes! Welcome, Braska. With a card this good, we're 100% playing this in one of our two decks. And if we didn't, we would be making a giant mistake. A two-headed giant mistake.
So after thinking about it and trying out a lot of different color combinations, this is where we landed. One of our decks is a blue-white tempo-based strategy. We went with it because we have a lot of unblockable creatures, and those are really good in a game like Two-Headed Giant because your opponents need to have answers for them. And so we've got 3/2 unblockable creatures and our Daring Saboteur, which is a 2/1 unblockable looter. And then to help these creatures out, we've got a lot of good white removal. So we have pacifism type effects, and we have a one-sided wrath. So this is a deck that's focused on attacking our opponent's life total and then backing it up with removal spells.
And we've got a green-black deck that utilizes some of our biggest, most powerful creatures, and we've got a couple of ways to ramp into those big spells, maybe a little ahead of curve. And thrown in there, it's got some really nice removal. Some of it is cheaper and hits smaller creatures, and some of it's unconditional and later hits their much bigger creatures.
This is good.
Looks pretty good. Which one do you want to play?
This one, I want to play unblockable creatures and go like this.
All right, I'll take Vraska.
Okay.
In Two-Headed Giant, the strategy that we usually go for is to have one proactive deck and one reactive deck.
That means one deck has the job of really doing the damage and advancing our ability to win the game, while the other deck has the job of disrupting the opposing team and really removing their stuff and countering their spells.
Now, Ixalan poses a unique challenge because there are so many tribal-themed cards in here, and a lot of the cards in the set specifically refer to one of those tribes.
So not only do you have to keep tabs of like what are the strong cards that I have, you have to say, well, do I have a critical mass of dinosaurs or vampires or pirates or merfolk? And that changes the evaluations of all my cards.
As I'm going through the pool, one thing that sort of starts to emerge to me is that we have a lot of dinosaurs, and we specifically have a couple of dinosaur lords or cards that affect all dinosaurs. That's a really good indication that that might be an archetype that you want to build one of the decks towards.
Oh, there's a build around.
Sick. Vanquisher's Banner is really good with tribal synergies. This is one of those cards that if you're able to play it and have it stick around, it's gonna accumulate you so much value over the long game that's gonna be almost impossible to beat.
So another card that's in our pool that seems especially good in Two-Headed Giants is called Tilonali's Skin Shifter. Normally this just means it becomes a copy of one of your creatures, but in Two-Headed Giant, because you're attacking at the same time as your teammate, that means this could turn into one of your teammate's creatures. So all of a sudden it just has double utility.
Okay, I dig it.
Feels good.
So my deck is the dinosaur deck. It's trying to play cards like New Horizons to generate more mana and ramp me into my big 7-drop creatures that are gonna take over the board by just pumping out more tokens and being able to attack for a ton of damage.
And I'm gonna play the more reactive blue-red sort of control deck. It's really powerful strategy in Two-Headed Giant because you're able to sort of protect your stuff while removing just their key pieces. You don't even need to remove everything, just their really powerful stuff, and then keep your powerful stuff alive.
All right, enough talking. Let's get exploring and play Two-Headed Giant Ixalan. Meghan and Maria, welcome to the show.
Welcome to Game Nights.
Only...
Meghan.
Oh yeah.
I dub thee a Game Night.
Oh yeah. I dub Z a game night.
Only one may stand. Or it's gonna be two.
But two will fall.
Oh no, it's a Two-Headed Giant. It's a single entity.
Only one giant may stand.
Yeah, exactly.
I like that.
Before we begin the game, can I just thank you both for inviting us to your cabin here in the woods of Ixalan?
Yeah. I'm really looking forward to the zip line later.
The Ixalan zipline.
The Ixalan zip line.
All right, I'll play a forest.
I will play a mountain. Pass turn.
I'm going to play a forest as well.
I'm gonna shake things up and play a plane.
We pass you the turn.
Wow.
I'll play a plains.
I'll play an island and I'll play a makeshift munitions. It doesn't look like a great card, and it's honestly a card that Jimmy and I sort of weren't sure about. We went round and round whether we wanted to even include it in the deck.
Oh, that card looks pretty bad.
Literally does absolutely zero at this point in the game.
Feels like our opponents are gonna have to sack a lot of permanents to deal kind of not a lot of damage.
So I'm really hoping that the synergies come along, otherwise we're gonna look kind of dumb.
I will tap 2 and I will play Ixali's Keeper.
I really like Jimmy's 2-drop because it is good early, it's just a bear, 2/2 for 2, and it's good late because you can put extra mana into it to give a pump effect.
The text on this is about as relevant as the dinosaur in my hand. It's not gonna happen anytime soon, but it is a very good blocker in case our opponents come out swinging.
Pass turn. We gotta practice that.
Yeah.
And play.
Uh-oh.
It is a bishop's soldier.
I love the 2/2 lifelinker. I can't believe that it's a 2/2 for 2 with lifelink.
It's also a vampire, which, spoiler alert, is really relevant in my deck.
All right, I will play a cobbled wings.
One of the things that Jimmy and I were talking about when building the deck, and we actually literally wrote down on a piece of paper, was how do we beat flyers? Well, now all of Megan's creatures can have flying, so I'm not super stoked on it.
Go.
Okay, I will tap 2 mana and play Ixali's Diviner.
So this is our first instance of the new mechanic Explore, and it's really interesting and actually kind of tough to evaluate.
This is actually a really cool mechanic because it allows you to either draw more cards or have a little bit of card selection, and you get to essentially scry the card. Ixalan's Diviner will explore. I'll reveal the top card of my library. It's a land, so I put it into my hand. In my deck, I have a ton of 7-drops. I want to explore and hit lands and make sure I'm always hitting a land drop on all of my turns.
I couldn't be happier because that 0-3 is not going to kill my 2-2. And once I get my game plan online, I'm just going to be able to attack indiscriminately into this 0-3.
I will play a Siren Storm Tamer.
I have a lot of removal in my deck. Maria has a lot of removal in her deck. And the fact that at some point I'm going to have to try and target something and it's going to instead eat this 1/1 is really pretty upsetting.
Not gonna lie, super annoying. Josh, what are you doing? I'm annoyed. We're gonna play rare Mavren Fane, Dusk Apostle, which is a super sweet vampire. It's got a lot of synergy in my deck, and I'm about to get this game plan online because I've already got a Vampire Dawn on the board.
This is just right now looking great for us.
All right, I'm gonna move to combat. I'm going to attack with Bishop Soldier, and because I do that, I get a trigger from Mavren Fane, who is going to create me a 1/1 vampire with lifelink.
There's two options. One is to block and trade with our 2/2, or to block with our 0/3.
Do we just give them do we do a free block? What do you think? The activated ability on the 2/2 is just so far away.
Yeah, we just need to limit the amount of non-token vampires that exist in the world if we can, basically.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, we're gonna put Ixalan's Keeper in front of Bishop Soldier. Okay, Ixalan's Keeper's in the block and they will trade.
We gain 2 life.
All right.
Boop, boop. So Jimmy does decide to block in the end, which I'm totally fine with. I got an extra 1/1 life-linking vampire out of the deal for free, essentially, and he loses his 2/2, which could have been relevant later in the game.
Okay, they gained a little life, they got a vampire token. Not the worst thing that could happen, but the big issue, Mavren Fane is still on the board.
We passed the turn. I'm feeling really confident at this point. I've set up my early game. I've got a great long game plan in sight. Megan's got long game in her hand. Jimmy and Josh have nothing going on, and it's all coming up Maria and Megan.
I will tap 4 mana to play the Grazing Whiptail.
This is a surprisingly good card. It's going to block everything on the board. It's even going to block flyers if that Cobbled Wings gets going. So this kind of is a big stop sign.
It's pretty annoying because it's rather large, and it's large enough to beat all of my vampires that I currently have in play. But let's just say I have some plans for that dinosaur.
I will play a Foily Mountain.
From Ixalan, OS. Josh doesn't have any plays on 4, but because he's in blue, anything could happen.
One of the upsides of being in blue is that it has a reputation for being reactive, having things like counter spells. At least we can still play the Jedi mind tricks.
Okay,
I'm still playing Jedi mind tricks.
Oh, sorry. Are you done? All right, have you...
No, I'm not.
Can we move to the next part of the interview?
No, we can't.
Okay.
Okay, ask me the next question. That's it for me. Is that for you? Pass the turn. Oh, man, you changed it up. I wasn't ready.
Sorry, I just...
So I really hate that Josh has not played anything here.
I'm not a blue player, but I'm sitting next to one, and I can feel her spidey sense tingling. Something is up, and we don't like it. So now we've come to our first kind of really big decision in the game. We could bounce his dinosaur and attack and get a vampire.
Yeah.
Or we could play a dude and develop our board.
Yeah. So I think that we should do this and then attack.
Okay, here we go. We're about to get all tempo up in here. I will play Perilous Voyage on your Grazing Whiptail.
So this is a pretty aggressive play, right? Because they lose the card, but we don't lose a card. It just goes back to our hand. So this is what we call tempo in Magic, which means that they're kind of saying to us that they're the aggressor. I like this information because it tells us how we need to play the game.
So then we're going to do what we do best on my side of the battlefield, which is Smash Face. And we're coming in with Mavren Fane and my vampire token, and we're going to get a trigger off of Mavren once again, create a vampire with lifelink.
I will block with Ixalan's Diviner on Mavren Fane. Mavren and the token attacks.
We gain 1.
Yeah, we will lose 1.
So I'm feeling pretty good at the end of this turn. The only downside is that Megan still hasn't made a really impactful play on the board.
Pass the turn.
Oh boy.
I kind of look at Josh, I kind of look at my board state, and I kind of look at theirs. This actually wasn't as bad as it could have been.
We're a little bit behind right now, but I'm not feeling bad. I feel like this is a position we can catch up from.
Kind of like Yeah, and you're holding up, yeah.
I like the secret language you've developed.
Secret language is great.
And the next
Very
turn,
good.
that,
Very
right?
good.
Well, yeah, I also this if depending.
Oh,
on what
right,
happens.
yeah.
Jimmy and Josh seem to have their own special language that consists of the word boom.
I can always go boom.
That's a good point. But then if you do boom, like,
Well, yeah.
she hasn't
What's
done any
going on
booms
over
for
there?
long booms.
Yeah, there's no booming.
We could play this and get some boom booms, or look at this and then boom and then boom. It doesn't sound great for us.
No, unless boom is code for I have lands in hand.
I think this is the best.
Yeah.
Yeah, honestly.
Okay, fine.
Okay, I'm going to play a land.
I'm gonna play land.
And
then pass the turn.
Ooh, that's not suspicious at all. I can't handle this. What are you doing with all of that untapped mana over there?
What are you doing, Jimmy? What are you doing? What are you doing, Josh?
Play your cards. Play something.
I'm having a struggle because I don't know what they're gonna do, and it is raising my blood pressure.
My guess is that they have the 4/4 flash dino.
There's a 4/4 flash dino?
There is.
Why did he not play that 3/4 reach dinosaur? There's definitely a creature in his hand that he could have played and would have still been a very good play. It still easily blocks everything on our board. So the fact that he didn't play it is the most suspicious thing that I've seen since Josh leaving all of his mana untapped also.
Okay, I have a 5 mana kill spell that kills a target attacking creature. So I do have an answer for Mavrin, but it is a little bit sketchy because he has to be attacking.
Okay, well, over on the blue-white good guys side, I will play Emissary of Sunrise.
So this is a really powerful explore creature. The first strike makes it way better, and I'm really hoping that there's not a 1/1 counter put on it here.
Let's go on a trip. Ready, set, explore. It's a land, so I'll put that in my hand. I kind of wish that I had turned my Emissary into a 3/2 first striker, but you know, it wasn't in the cards. Get it?
One of the reasons that I left so much mana open for a counterspell is you figure if Meghan didn't play anything on 3, didn't play anything on 4, I doubt she would keep a hand that had nothing and only 6 drops. She's got to have some 5 drops in there. And I have a spell that wants her to play the biggest card possible.
Should we just play this?
Okay, Megan, we know you have something big in your hand. Just play a 5-drop. Play a 5-drop. You've got 5 lands. Dump something big on the table.
Yeah, let's do it. Of course, Meg and I are both extremely suspicious of what Josh is up to with all that blue mana open. In the end, we just decide to go for it because we've got to make a play. She's been sitting there not being able to make any plays for a long time.
I'm playing a spike-tailed Ceratops. Okay, I'm going to play a 5 mana dinosaur finally. I'm doing the thing that I came here to do today.
In response, I'm going to spell swindle.
What is this?
We were hoping for this exact thing to happen, and here we go.
I mean, it's just ridiculous. Megan doesn't get to cast her giant dinosaur. Josh gets 5 treasure.
In addition to that, each piece of treasure is an artifact.
Josh has makeshift munitions on the battlefield.
So that means I have 5 artifacts sitting there waiting to be sacrificed so that we can machine gun down all of their stuff. Talk about value. This is kind of insane.
I don't know how to feel right now. You know? Oh boy.
Well, since you've
Well, that
stymied
happens.
our plans. And we also decide not to attack. We're worried about a 4/4 flash dinosaur. We will pass the turn.
And they don't swing at all. And my heart just drops because, Jimmy, you just took a break from the game for a single turn for absolutely nothing.
I was feeling really good at the end of last turn, and this turn I feel a little bit worse, but you know, it's nothing we can't come back from.
I will play Vanquisher's Banner.
What type are you going to choose, Jimmy?
Dinosaur!
This is one of the cards that really was one of the reasons we even built a dinosaur deck. Basically, every creature that Jimmy plays is going to draw him a card.
It's the type of card that will win you the game if you live long enough. We pass the turn.
My favorite thing to do in any two-headed giant deck, any deck really, is nothing. Just play nothing, pass the turn, haha, what do you think I'm gonna do? Figure it out, good luck.
I think the first thing we should do is move to attacks.
We move to combat.
Okay.
We're just getting in with everybody here. Attack with the team, Mavrin Fane triggers, giving me another vampire.
I will block Mavrin Fane with the 0/3.
So I'm going to activate makeshift munitions, sacrificing a treasure to deal 1 damage to Emissary of Sunrise.
Emissary of Sunrise.
R.I.P.
And we will take 2 damage.
Take 2.
Okay.
We'll gain 2 from
Yep.
our lifelink vampires.
The makeshift munitions could be taking out those 1/1 vampires and Maverick Fane at the same time, but we know they're gonna have some bombs in their deck. We know they have some very powerful spells. Let's just wait a bit and see what our opponents play before getting too hasty with our decisions.
Okay, I will cast Storm Sculptor, which is one of the key cards in my deck. Here's the thing though, when it comes into play, I have to bounce a creature that I control back to my hand. And it's kind of an interesting decision. So I'm gonna return Mavrin.
Are you sure? It feels like these tokens could very easily be shot down by this munitions anyways.
All right, I'm gonna choose one of my vampire tokens, which means it goes away forever.
Goodbye forever, vampire. Should we play this?
What is he gonna do? He's just gonna counter it again?
Can I afford to play around a counterspell for the rest of the game? I think the answer is no, because at this point he has enough mana available where he'll always be able to represent one.
Josh Lee Kwai's face is so suspicious.
What? I feel like you shouldn't say that. That's mean. That sounds mean.
I'm sorry, but I mean it.
I will try and cast the 6/6 Colossal Dreadmaw.
And it doesn't get countered.
It lives! Here is my 6/6 dinosaur. Megan has a permanent on the battlefield, you guys.
That's great, and we can attach the wings to it so it can go flying through the air next turn.
Oh my gosh, this thing is massive.
And we pass the turn.
Okay, on your end step, I'm gonna flash in Wind Strider.
When you have cards like this, that's why you're able to do things like not do anything on your turn and pass turn and allow them to go, because, you know, it's like I didn't waste my turn, but I had other options available to me during their turns if I needed it.
It's now apparent why Josh had the most suspicious face I've ever seen. It's because he wanted to flash in a 3/3 flyer. Well, guess what? Who cares? We've got a 6/6 that can wear some wings. It can block it for days. This is how I feel right now. Do your worst, buddy.
What's our
Okay.
worst exactly?
We have not been doing well in terms of coordination.
That's true when we pass the turn.
Yeah.
Here, let's practice. Okay, ready?
Yep. And pass the... Why did I stop? I should have kept going and maybe you would have kept going.
You're supposed to do,
Either way, that is certainly our worst. But what is not the worst is the fact that this show is brought to you by amazing sponsors that always do their best when it comes to fulfillment, customer satisfaction, customer service. CardKingdom.com/CommandZone. That is the affiliate link that you should use when you're ordering Ixalan product or any Magic product to help sponsor the show.
Yeah, you're going to buy Magic cards anyway. If you use the affiliate link when you do it, you are keeping game nights on air. And our other great sponsor, Ultra Pro, they create all the cool ancillary products that go along with set releases. So they have Ixalan playmats and sleeves and deck boxes. They also create the Eclipse sleeves. You know, when we put the Eclipse sleeves in Meghan and Maria's hands, they made this sound. Ooh, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, because
But
Eclipse sleeves are awesome.
More Minnesotan and what Midwestern than that.
They said, oh my gosh, it's nice.
Oh gosh, yeah.
I sound like an Irish person when I do that.
Close substitute. Anyway,
right.
thank you, Card Kingdom and Ultra Pro. Let's get right back to the game.
All right, untap.
Untap. Draw a
Draw a card. Okay, you go first because you're gonna draw, so we'll see.
Okay,
what you
I'm
get.
going to cast the Grazing Whiptail again. And it's going to trigger Vanquisher's Banner. Because it's a dinosaur, I get to draw a card. All of a sudden, for 4 mana, I did this. Play a 4/5 with Reach. Draw a card. Celebrate.
And then I'm gonna tap 6, and I'm gonna play Burning Sun's Avatar.
Wow.
So I'm gonna do 3 damage to you guys, obviously, and 3 damage to Mavrin.
What? This card is absurd.
You thought only Jimmy Wong had dinosaurs.
No.
We take 1, 2, 3.
My beloved vampire is gone forever, R.I.P. Although I don't know if vampires rest in peace now that I think about it.
We have the opportunity to attack with our 3/3 flyer here, but they're going to have a 6/6 flying trample on their turn. And I think that's possible if we hold back the Windstrider and the Whiptail. We could double block, and I don't know if we'll actually do it, but just the ability to do it may stop them from attacking with that 6/6 flyer.
Pass.
I'm changing it.
I was trying to pass it over.
So I'm not too concerned right now because we're at 32 life and we've been the aggressors so far in this game. So what we're gonna do is just continue to aggress.
So we'll equip Cobble Wings onto this Colossal Dreadmaw.
Okay.
Flying dinosaur.
That's a dragon now.
Combat.
Attack.
Attack.
Okay, so our little ruse didn't work. Do we want to actually double block with the Windstrider and the Whiptail?
We take 9, we go to 18.
I mean, that or we double block and they get to choose. I mean, look at the potential tricks up in their sleeves. Is it worth trading off 2 creatures maybe if they have a trick? What if they do have a trick? Then what? Did we just lose a bunch of cards in the process?
So we just can't really risk getting 2 for 1 like that.
Okay, no blocks.
No blocks.
Take 9, which is nearly a third of their life.
Down to 18. Feels good, man.
All right, I'm going to cast Crushing Canopy on your makeshift munitions.
Makeshift Munitions was one of the best cards on our side of the table. It would allow us to really control combat, what creatures our opponents could play.
Yeah, this is annoying, but the upside is I can still use it before it goes away.
Okay, so in response to the Crushing Canopy, I'm going to tap an island, sacrifice a treasure to Makeshift Munitions to deal 1 to the Storm Sculptor. Then I will sacrifice a treasure to create a mana, which will pay for Makeshift Munitions to sacrifice another treasure to deal the 2nd point of damage.
All right.
All right.
Makes me sad. I wanted to say a few words here while we're all gathered together. He was a good card. He was unblockable. He had 3 power and 2 toughness. He was blue.
All right, Crushing Canopy resolves.
So we get our value out of it. We get rid of that unblockable creature. You know, of course, I wish I knew they were going to destroy it so I could have avoided the damage earlier, but we didn't. So we just, live and learn.
My follow-up play is a daring one, as I'm going to play Daring Saboteur. My sadness was short-lived because I hooked up with some new hotness, so, why not just have a better unblockable creature?
I would say that, being able to start discarding some of these lands in her hand and hopefully drawing spells instead is going to be an even better advantage in this game than the unblockable 2/1 body.
Another unblockable creature, they still have the 6/6 flying trample. We're at 18 now.
This is looking a little sketchy.
And then we pass the turn.
They did the finger guns better than we did. I didn't hit my land drop on this turn, but boy did I hit the ace in the hole against that unblockable creature. I'm going to tap 3 mana, and I will cast at Zakan Archer. So this is going to fight your Daring Saboteur.
Rude.
Yeah.
Wow.
Just about the most brutal thing that has happened in this game yet so far, because it was a 1/4 with a fight, which is never gonna kill anything relevant, except in this case. Let's have a moment for my 2/1.
Okay, so I'm going to tap 4 and play Captivating Crew.
What? This card is unreasonable.
You just get to steal a creature, and you can activate it as many times as you have mana. What's the biggest, scariest creature on their side of the board? That's a 6/6 flying trampler. Oh, I just answered that question. I know what we're stealing.
Then I will pay 3 plus sacrifice my last treasure to gain control of the flying 6/6 trampler.
He steals our dinosaur, our flying dinosaur no less, to smash us with.
We will go to combat and we will swing with
A lot of things. This is a huge attack.
So we got a 4/5. We got 2 6/6s. We got a 3/3 in the air.
Oh, this is a lot of damage.
That's pretty scary. Except we have a response. I will cast Settle the Wreckage, and I will exile all attacking creatures that Josh controls.
Oh my gosh. What kind of card is this?
It's Wrath to Exile.
But it's not all that great because we're gonna kill one of our own creatures in the process.
It exiles all my attackers. But the good part is I get 3 lands out of the deal.
And then we're gonna take 4 from the Grazing Whiptail.
Okay, that was absurd. I'm not actually that upset because it ramps us and Josh is back to having more mana.
I have a Captivating Crew out on the battlefield, so I have a way to use any amount of mana that I have.
In our second main phase, I'm going to tap 3 mana and play the Ranging Raptors. So, because it's a dinosaur, I'm going to draw a card.
It honestly doesn't matter what kind of dinosaur he plays. That banner is insane. The dinosaur is coming in bigger than it should be, and he's drawing a card off of it.
This deck is getting out of control, you guys.
And then after that, I suppose Josh and I will...
What are we? We passed him.
Yeah.
It's feeling a little dire.
I've been in better positions and I've been in worse positions. This is on the side of worse. We'll play Tishana's Wayfinder and Explore. I'll reveal the top card of my library. Whoop.
Oh gosh.
It is Vraska's Contempt.
maybe showcasing one of the slight downsides of Explore, because now we see that there is a very powerful removal spell that Meghan's going to draw next turn.
Which normally we would be super stoked about. And I mean, we're a little stoked about it, but the fact remains that Josh has a 1/1 flyer on his side of the board that can counter that kind of thing.
Josh just saw it thanks to this Explore, so he knows to keep that 1 blue mana open in the future. And I'm not gonna be able to get rid of this captivating crew with it, so I'll put a +1/+1 counter on my Wayfinder, and I'll keep Vraska's Contempt on top.
Having the information is really good because I have 7-drop creatures in my hand. Maybe next turn I play a 4-drop and a 3-drop and spread out my board because I don't want to waste 7 mana on a card you remove with 4 mana at instant speed.
And we pass the turn.
Okay, I'm going to tap 4 mana to play the Imperial Aerosaur, and then I will draw a card from Vanquisher's Banner. Woo! Value Town with dinosaurs. Didn't think that was a thing I'd ever say in my life. So I'm going to give my Grazing Whiptail +1/+1 and flying until end of turn.
What?
And then I am going to activate Captivating Crew for 4 mana, and I will gain control of, what's that thing called?
Tishana's Wayfinder.
I will gain control of Tishana's Wayfinder.
If you don't know its name, you can't steal it.
So my only hope is that I've left up 5 mana for another spell that's in my hand, and maybe he's gonna attack his Captivating Crew into it.
Go to combat.
Go to combat.
Yes.
I will swing with the Raging Raptors, which is a 3/4, the Grazing Whiptail, which is a 5/6 flyer, and the Archer, which is a 1/4.
Should I swing here is a question. Is it worth risking?
It's fine. You took my 3/3. What do I even have over here?
The thing that I'm worried about is like if she puts a 1/1 in front of it and then pumps it somehow.
And white often just has like a kill target attacking creature,
Right.
deal impeccable timing type stuff.
I had that card.
Oh my goodness, Josh. Just attack with a Captivating Crew, dude.
I will swing with this 3/3.
So we decide not to attack with the Captivating Crew, just not to ever really put it in any danger if we don't have to.
Here's my Flash Dinosaur anyways. I will cast this Snapping Sailback.
Oh my goodness.
It's not going to trade with that Captivating Crew, which I so dearly hoped was going to be its fate, but it is going to eat one of Jimmy's dinosaurs, and I will block the 3/4.
So the Raging Raptors is going to get eaten.
And then Enrage will trigger, and I will put a +1/+1 counter on my Snapping Sailback.
And then Raging Raptors Enrage will trigger, and I will search my library for a basic land card, put it onto the battlefield tapped, and shuffle my library. So
Yeah.
you're going to take 9 damage.
We'll take 9.
This feels like the turning point where all of a sudden we are able to attack freely and really get in big chunks of damage.
It feels gross. It feels like you haven't, showered in a month and you've got to go and make a speech at your high school. I don't know why I said high school.
Showering and speech? Yeah.
Because, that's not what you would want to be dirty giving a speech at your high school.
And then second main, I'm going to cast Legion's Judgment on your Flash Dino. And just blow it out of the water. Or blow it out of the terrarium. No, blow it out of the crustacean period.
And then I will play Air Elemental.
It's an oldie, but it's a goodie. A 5 mana 4/4 flyer on a board like this with them on the back foot, worried about their life total. It's just another creature that they have to deal with.
I am feeling very good about our position. If they play a big creature, that's kind of good for us because we can steal it with the Captivating Crew. If they play small creatures, it's good for us because they can't block our big creatures. We'll go to our end step. You guys get your Captivated Wayfinder back.
And we will
Pass
the turn.
Okay. I will begin by casting Pious Interdiction on your air elemental.
So we have a choice here if we want to use the Siren to counter the Pious Interdiction. But if I use the Siren now, then that Vraska's Contempt that we know Meghan has can take out the Captivating Crew.
So we decide to just let this one slide.
It's pacified.
It is pacified.
It is pacified, and we will gain 2 life.
We go back up to 21.
I'm going to equip my Tishana's Wayfinder with these coupled wings. Things are looking pretty grim, but there's a small chance that we're going to be able to steal this game. I have Dire Fleet Ravager in my hand. It will drain each player for 1/3 of their life total, which means in Two-Headed Giant, you're taking away 2/3.
So if we're able to get Jimmy and Josh's life total down low enough, we can kill them out of absolutely nowhere and they won't see it coming.
We'll cast Vraska's Contempt on your flying dinosaur. And we will gain 2 life. And then we attack for 3.
So this is a pretty aggressive play. It makes sense because with the captivating crew out, they are never going to be able to block us because we can just steal any blockers that they have.
All right, well, we have no choice but to take 3 in the air and go to 15.
All right. We pass the turn.
They cast 2 removal spells this turn, gained 4 life, and then hit us for 3 damage. That's a pretty good turn.
All right, we'll go to combat.
Go for it.
You will try.
We will attack with the captivating crew.
We will not block it.
You take it.
4 damage.
1, 2, 3, 4. Puts us to 19.
So this looks like a strange attack, but we have a reason to hold back some of Jimmy's creatures, and it's a card I have in my hand that has a kind of unique effect.
And then I will play a Trove of Temptation.
It's gonna force each of our opponents to attack us every single turn with at least 1 creature. It is amazing in this situation.
Now our tiny little dudes are going to be forced to attack into their giant dinosaur army. And this is where I want to point out the power of two-headed giant, because our creatures are going to attack and they're small, and giant dinosaurs from Jimmy's side of the board are going to eat them thanks to Josh's enchantment, which I think is kind of cool. Not cool for us, but just cool generally.
Second main, I'm going to tap 7 mana and play the Goring Ceratops. Because it's a dinosaur, I will draw a card.
All I know is that I want the same hair as this dinosaur.
All my creatures are already pumped up because of the banner. This is going to seal the game.
What is this dinosaur? What is this dinosaur? That's all I can say about it. You know, it looks bad.
So we'll go to the end step, and because of Trove of Temptation, I will make a treasure. And then we will pass the turn.
All right. We need to draw our removals, and we need to draw it right now.
Okay, I will cast Pirate's Cutlass, which was in the deck to be awesome with our unblockable creatures. Right now, it's not really going to do anything for us. I can put it on one of my vampires, but the thing is, my vampire has to attack thanks to Josh's enchantment. So I'm just going to give him a sword, and he's going to go to his death, which I guess is really piratey if you think about it. Let's equip, because what's a sword without a hand to hold it? And I have to attack, so...
I also have to attack.
Thanks to Trove of Temptation, y'all are tempted to come on in.
Well,
here we come.
I'll attack.
Woo!
I will put my 4/5 Reach Grazing Whiptail in front of Titania's Wayfinder, and I'm going to put my 4/4 Ceratops in front of your pirate.
Well, all of our stuff dies.
Everything's dead.
Double strike, you don't gain the lifelink.
We sure don't.
But I'm gonna equip it to my other vampire just for
Is that
fun.
a good idea?
We pass the turn.
All right, they pass the turn back to us, and looking at the state of the board, this looks like it's about to be it. All right, we'll untap, draw.
So here's the situation. We got a bunch of creatures. Jimmy's about to give all of his creatures double strike. But at the same time, you know, you'd have to count up all the stuff, double it, figure out how much damage that is. I don't know. So just to be on the safe side,
I'm going to tap 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
Okay.
and play the Thundering Spineback.
So I came to game nights thinking Jimmy and Josh were good-hearted people. And it's at this point that I realized they're both bad. Bad men down to the core.
All my creatures now have +2/+2 if they're a dinosaur, and they're going to be able to swing with double strike if my Goring Ceratops attacks this turn.
I mean, I'm gonna activate the captivating crew, and I'm going to take that vampire, please.
Seems good.
Enjoy.
And then I think we'll go to combat.
We'll go to combat. All right. Everything attacks.
this has been said before on game nights. We didn't do the math, but I'm pretty sure they died.
Good game. Good game.
We've been smashed by dinosaurs.
Yeah,
we're trampled. to
we're
death.
trampled. Okay.
Okay. Megan, we've been trampled to death by dinosaurs.
I know.
I still have. I can taste their hooves in my mouth.
You should have died face down.
Double strike, ready? I'll strike once, you strike twice.
Okay.
Yeah! Well, I guess we're dinosaurs, so it's like... Bleh. Oh, right. Nom 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 nom.
Which one of those are we using? All of them?
All of them.
Well, it's our show.
Yeah, exactly.
One of the things we've really been able to showcase on game nights is that there are so many different ways that you can play Magic, you can play Archenemy, you can play Commander, you can play Two-Headed Giant. There's a whole bunch of formats we haven't even really had the chance to explore yet.
Two-Headed Giant was a ton of fun. I love playing with Josh as a teammate, and getting Meghan and Maria on here was a blast as well. I really love their content and what they do, and it's just a really big honor to be able to have guests like that come out now that the show has a little more support.
Two-Headed Giant is definitely one of my favorite formats. It was a ton of fun to dive into Ixalan today. I haven't played in a set that feels so distinctly themed around different tribal groups.
Ixalan looks amazing. I'm definitely gonna build a dinosaur banner deck because that was sick and I want to do it and I'm super jealous of Jimmy.
I'm anxious to explore that tribal, explore that tribal stuff, just like a good Ixalani would. Ixalani? What do they call it?
Ixalanian?
Ixalanian.
Resident of Ixalan?
Ixalite.
Nice,
yeah.
Yes, they didn't draw Vraska, and we won the game. That's
That
how
was
it
our
works.
strategy
Yeah.
the whole time, is they don't draw Vraska.
Yeah, and we have a spell swindle in our pool.
Oh
so.
man, that card, bonkers.
Yeah, bonkers.
Insane.
But you know what? You know what this means? Now that we've won the game?
What?
As the victors, we get to give away prizes to you, the listeners
That's
and
right.
viewers.
Big thanks to Ultra Pro. We need to give them a huge shout out. Thank you, Ultra Pro, for supporting game nights. Really supporting us from a very early stage. They really
Yeah.
saw the worth of this show. So thanks to them. They are giving us a ton of product as usual to give to you guys. We're going to have deck boxes, dice, sleeves, all kinds of cool stuff. Card Kingdom, again, throwing their hat in the ring, giving away even more stuff. And
Yeah.
we have these brand new t-shirts. Yeah, check out the back.
Yeah, so the way to enter is very simple. It's the same as it always has been with a couple of additional things. On Facebook now, we're gonna make a post for this video. If you hit the share button, it's gonna share it to your page, and that's gonna be an entry into the contest. Another way to do so is just making a post on Twitter or Facebook that's a public post using the hashtag Game Nights, any link to the video as well. So that's it. It's really simple, and you have 1 week from the release of this video to enter, and we're gonna be announcing the winners a week from today at night.
And we announced the winners on Twitter and Facebook,
Yes.
which is where you have to go to enter, which is why we announced them there. So that's how you're going to find out. Again, 1 week from the release of this video, which was September 20th. So September 27th,
Aha.
that's when we're going to announce the winners.
Yep. And also, if you aren't the winner but still want one of these t-shirts, we're going to put the links to buy them in the description box below. And make sure you do so because these are not going to be a forever print run. They are going to be limited and they're going to sell out. So who knows? Maybe in a week, maybe in a month, maybe tomorrow.
Yeah, we're definitely not going to get into the warehouse or storage business. We
No
don't want
thanks.
boxes of t-shirts in our houses and closets filling everything up. So
Yeah.
they're not going to be around forever. Order a shirt if you want one. Go ahead and wait to see if you win one first. But then, you know, if you don't, go ahead and buy one.
All right. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. We always appreciate your viewership and support.
All right, we'll see you next time.
Later.
You know what, Jimmy and Josh? You might have won the battle, but you're not gonna win the war.
Wow.